So there is no introduction tonight, and I'll maybe show you why here in a little bit once we get up and running. It looks like we are up and running. So let me refresh that, and now I am up and running. Bring that up. Refresh that, and now I am turn that down. We're going to have that. There we go. Seen that coming. So I do have Zoom running. It's been about 47 seconds now. I'll turn the camera on. And wow, it looks terrible. It really looks horrible. I'm going to have to get me a new camera. I don't know if it's a blur. Sound like Greg in the house. I don't think Greg's in the house, only me. I don't see anybody else on Zoom. Hi, Tony Wallow. Hi, RM. Good evening to both of you. Got started right at 8 o'clock. That was kind of my goal, and by the clocks I can see, it's, well, of course, the one on there says 1 after. Hi, Parker Morris. Thank you for being here again. Appreciate it. I will go ahead and grab the Zoom credentials, run them over to chat. No, I didn't take a nap, actually. I worked on more OBS stuff and then watched the weather and then had dinner and worked on OBS a little bit more and decided that I'm pretty much going to go with what I've got for right now, and then I'll fix it over the weekend or maybe even in a couple weeks. I honestly don't know. It was a good day. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to wait until we get up and running to fill everybody in on our day, or my day, and who I shared it with, and what got accomplished and what didn't get accomplished. Yeah, let me see if I reset my quality here. No, quality's good. So, no problem, Jeff. We'll be here one way or the other, either zooming and streaming or zooming. So, people are starting to filter in. I can't believe Alex wasn't one of the first ones in. So, Robert has joined us on Zoom, and Rick Lakes is joining us on Zoom. Hey, Rick.
Hello.
How are you this evening?
A little tired.
I'm mentally wore out, but I'm not tired. I'm frustrated. We'll get into that here in a few minutes, but overall, it was a pretty good day, I think.
What'd you do all day?
Well, I don't want to repeat this, so can we wait for a few more people to get in here? Or I could play Doug.
I ain't seen or heard from you all day.
I know. It's just, man, I've been avoiding people all day long.
I could play Doug, seen or heard from you all day.
Greg.
Told you Greg's in the house. Sorry about that. Got to eat dinner.
I could play a Doug and Carrie and go, oh, I said it earlier in their stream, just rewind it. I won't do that, though. It was good. I enjoyed it. I hope the professor joins us shortly. Give him a shout out or two.
He's got to go to bed early.
No, that. Do what, Rick?
I don't know how much longer his mom's going to let him do this. It sounds like she's trying to cap it.
Yeah. I think Sunday night he's not going to be on very late because they've got to get up and go to Tennessee on Monday morning. And then Tuesday they're getting the van worked on. So I don't know either, honestly. He is a big help for me.
I think he's doing something his mom doesn't really want him doing.
That's a possibility. I think when he was doing his Nintendo streaming, though, I think that was all right. But he hadn't done that in quite a long time, so yeah, I kind of messed around a little bit more in OBS, and then I just like I got to go watch the news and catch the weather, and then dinner was.
Break.
Do I, Greg?
So you got to take a break, get your mind off of it.
Yeah, and I did. I did. As much as it's in the forefront of my mind, actually. Oops.
Challenging.
Yeah, it is. It is. I wish there was a way I could share it over the live stream, because I find it's interesting that it works one time, you make one little change, and it just throws everything out the window. So we're talking about OBS, Rick. With Alex's help and Robert's help and Greg pitching in every once in a great while.
Jack.
You made some good suggestions. You pointed some things out that it takes that extra set of eyes sometimes to find. I know I can rely on Alex once I get my theories across to him so that he understands what I'm trying to do. We usually can get it done. I really wished I might have exported the original settings first before I brought in the new ones. I learned a lesson there. Big lesson. Is he asleep? Little man looks like he's out. Nope. Little man looks like he's out. He's asleep. Lucky cat. So I did upgrade to 27.2.1 on both machines, the virtual machine and my new machine. And then we played around in lower thirds and got quite a bit done, actually. So over the next couple days, I'll sit down and iron out some things and start reworking some things. Oh, shoot, I forgot to go see how this looks over on YouTube. Oh, it looks all right.
I got some shirts that need ironing.
Be right there. I will be
light starch. I'm heavy.
Light starch, yeah. I don't think Lorna uses starch, actually. She does all the ironing. My ironing days ended when I got out of the military. So discord.com channels. I'm not sure what that is, but Parker Morris put a link in the stream chat.
Can't get in the clothes dryer for 10 minutes and it looks good.
Yeah.
As long as you put it on plastic hangers. not wire ones. I never have liked wire hangers. I always said in the 80s, I always told my mom, I said, there's got to be something better than these wire hangers. Oh, there will be someday. She was right, they got plastic hangers.
Yeah. And if you
wire hangers, they always bend.
I joke about OCD, but all my shirts are hung the same way. All my pants are hung the same way. They're not intermixed. Shirts go one side, pants go the other side. I clearly have OCD. So
you're not as bad as me. I do that, but I have all my red shirts together, my blue shirts together, my gray shirts together, my white shirts together. People look at my closet, they go, "Oh my God, OCD on things." But that's just how I've lived 40 years of my life. I just put them on a hanger and make room and put them in there.
You're a lot like Lorna because she's got things just here and there, and it drives me up the wall.
Shirts, sweaters, vests, uniforms,
coats, jeans, dresses. Yeah, I know.
I don't have my clothes organized by season.
Yeah.
Summer shirts are at one side, there's winter shirts on the other. And the shorts I store away in the other closet until end of April.
Yeah, she irons the t-shirts, and that just drives me up a wall. And I finally just got to, if she wants to iron them, let her iron them.
I shake the wrinkles out, fold them, and put them in the drawer.
I just take them out of the dryer, catch them before they can get wrinkles in them, get them folded, and not lose any sleep over them whatsoever.
Same here.
But she likes to iron them, so I let her iron them. I was in there looking for a shirt a while ago, and she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm looking for a T-shirt." She goes, "Oh, I ironed one. It's in the drawer." So that's what I did.
Oh
So-
no, it's gonna get wrinkled. Got ironed it again.
Exactly.
Speaking of the devil,
Yep, there he is. The professor himself. Evening, Alex.
Oh, evening.
were your ears ringing a little bit ago, Alex?
Do what?
Were your ears ringing a little bit ago?
From what?
Well, if they weren't ringing, we're not going to tell you. You can just back the stream up and watch right there. That's what you can do.
No, Alex, I just had concerns as to how much longer your mom's gonna let you do this zooming thing if she's already fishing.
No, they just complain that I'm all the way at one of the house and they're all the way at the other, and because it's a tile because we have tile floors and hardwood floors all the way through this house. It voice carries.
Well, you know how you fix that problem.
I have to make sure to keep the door closed.
No, well, that too, but you have get what Jeff Ryman has.
Headphones.
Yeah.
Headphones with a mic.
Yeah.
And you just flip down the mic when you want to talk.
Yeah.
I do have headphones with the mic, but the problem is all the headphones that I've tried to wear over the years, after probably 30 minutes of wearing them, after I no longer wearing them, they all hurt my ears.
Well, no one said there wasn't a price to pay for wearing headphones.
Yeah, I don't know how you could not have them up against your ears, though, so I could see that. Maybe wear them for a half hour, take them off for a couple minutes or something, and give your ears a break. I don't know.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, he even changed his name to the correct name.
I know, he's got the right name now. Did you notice that?
That's right.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine using my speakers as long as I keep the volume turned down and not blasting.
Well, I appreciate your help this afternoon. Got quite a bit done. Learned a
Yeah,
lot.
you guys did.
Learned quite a bit, actually. Still haven't figured out the timing issue on lower thirds, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I'm probably not going to figure it out. But I'm going to keep looking. I don't know that we missed any settings, though, today, honestly. The only thing I regret is I wished I would have saved or exported the original settings for lower thirds so that I didn't lose all that. But no big deal. I can reconstruct it. And I was going to anyway, so kind of a blessing in disguise, honestly.
61 half dozen the other.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I just, the timing thing is just going to bug me, which is good because now I'm not really focusing on the doggone electrician not showing up again today. I was talking to my mom about that tonight, and she goes, I think you're right. This guy just doesn't want to do that. I'm like, I really hope he shows up Monday morning. I really do.
Nobody showed up today?
The appraiser did show up 2 hours late. And he walked through the house and he was asking questions and checking stuff off. And after he left, my realtor called and said, well, the termite inspection was good. And I'm like, okay, I knew that before it was even done. But she didn't say nothing about the appraisal. So she may not even have the results yet. I don't know. So we get to wait until Monday at 9 o'clock, at which I'll get a call at 9:05 and she'll say, he's not coming again. And I'm going to say, I told you on Friday he wasn't going to be here. And if you remember right, I questioned what was the game plan on Friday. So I think she's convinced if he doesn't show up Monday, she's going to call the handyman that we both use and have him do it.
Why can't you just call him and get it over with? Or does he have to go through her?
I'll be the one to call him, actually. She's all bent out of shape on this. It's got to be a certified electrician. And I'm like, it doesn't, but okay. And then the other,
How do you know her The person
I don't.
you wanted to use is a licensed electrician.
I don't.
Say, show me your license. And
Not
go
only
on
that, but
verify.
we already know no one's going to come back and re-inspect this stuff to see if the work was actually done. So that's kind of dumb. And then I forgot what I was going to say now. Well, I asked her, I said, hey, why don't you ask the buyer that since everything on the list is done except the silly grounding rod issue that this guy keeps putting off, have her okay that for now or whatever, take it off the list, whatever the legal real estate term is, and have it retracted, thank you, and have it done later in the year when it's 75 and sunny and this guy can't have any issues. So
Yeah.
she said she would consider that, but I don't think she will.
I'm sure she would have someone to answer to on that one.
Yeah. Well, I did all the legwork. I'm the one that got a hold of the city. I'm the one that got the code. I'm the one that, when the city guy come out, I ran that scenario by him, and he said, yeah, that's fine. That's what the electrician should have done, in my opinion. But when the guy stood there for 5 minutes and he goes, oh, I'll call Jan, he didn't even look up in the attic. He doesn't want to do this, clearly. So, anyway.
Maybe he should find a different job.
Yeah, he should retire, but.
Well, if he's old enough, yeah.
I wonder.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out if there's a way I can do this or not. Well, I kind of wanted to share.
I figured out why my dad has that got that Amazon Prime notification. It's because my mom pays for Amazon Prime on her account. So just like I had figured, like you can add somebody else to your household, and that's what she's done so that he can use his own account, and still have the Prime 2-day shipping. That's the reason why he got because at first I thought that he was paying for his own Prime, but just go into the settings on her account and add his account so that he can use. We don't have to pay it twice, which would be
So he's an authorized user on the account then, basically.
yes. But when he ordered, he signed in under his own name. So when he orders stuff, me and her can't see it. It's on his account. But when she orders stuff and when I order stuff, the two of us can see each other's orders because
You're on the same account.
Because we're on the same account, and Amazon doesn't allow you to have three. Amazon doesn't allow you to have three adults sharing the same. They only allow two.
How would you know that? Have you tried that? Or did they tell you?
I looked at it. That's how I know, because yesterday, since I'm on food stamps now, and I got a food stamp card. Because of my Medicaid and stuff, I figured out that you can get a 50% discount if you have an EBT card on Prime. So I signed her up for a 50% discount. So instead of the $14.99 a month, it's only $6.99 a month.
Yeah, they wouldn't give me any offers like that.
Until I get a job and I lose those benefits, and then it'll be the normal price.
My mom and I almost got into an argument today about that Prime thing. Said, yeah, Prime membership went up. You really should cancel it. Yeah, I would if I didn't have 41 customers that relied on it. Oh, well, yeah, I guess that'll be kind of a problem. But really, you should disconnect. I said, Mom, I can't. And she says, why not? You know how many people would be yelling at me overnight? You're not making any sense. No, you're not making any sense. You don't understand. I got people that I have to order parts for and things. I use Amazon almost every day. There's no way I can get around that.
No. You can't
I
be
think I
having your,
finally got it through a thick skull.
can't be having your customers wait a week for a part.
Yeah, and she got mad at me and hung up on me. Like, I think I got the point through. Not the way I wanted to, but I think she got it.
And besides all that, you get the music, the Prime Music and the Prime Video too.
Yeah.
Part of that, so I have most of the music I have downloaded on my SD card in my phone is from Amazon, which comes in handy a lot around here because there's a lot of areas. There's a lot of pretty much between here and everywhere else. There's a whole lot of dead spots that you can't get a very good signal. So good to have music and videos and whatnot actually downloaded your SD card on your phone if you've got enough space.
You know
I'm
what?
surprised I get such a good reception in this building because this building is nothing but concrete rebar. And I still get a 4-bar reception. It kind of surprises me.
I may have just solved some issue I've been having for a moment. Nope, I spoke too soon. Doggone it. I thought I had the mirroring problem resolved. I thought I could trick it, but I can't. So let me try this a different
That about a month ago.
Nah. This one's
I didn't think medical studies come along that far yet.
on what?
Your issue.
No, I kind of thought I had it, but I don't. So doggone it. I got to remember what one I want.
Hey Robert, so what all are you gonna plug into that switch?
Good question.
Whole bunch of cables.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be the obvious thing.
I found something.
With me, Chris Garrett.
I hope so. It's Chris.
Yes, it's me. Oh, okay.
It is Chris. All right, let me go figure out. Nope, is that the one I want? No, I don't think that's the one.
Hey Alice, how did it go with your job interview?
Didn't get it.
You didn't get it. Did they give you a reason?
They never give a reason.
They don't have to. They just said
They never give a reason. They give a canned response, a generic email they send out to everybody that says they just moved on to other candidates. But there's a positive side to that. A job an IT job at a hospital around here that I applied for like 5 months ago and got rejected. Apparently the person they hired fell through because they got that same position open again 5 months later, and so I reapplied.
You really want to be working in a hospital at this point in time?
Yeah,
I'm not sure I would.
good point. Good point.
Unless your hospital's not like our hospital. My hospital, well, 4 blocks that way, is full of nothing but COVID patients, including the surgery rooms. That could be a good chance to get used computers and sell them.
Yeah, it could be. But it's,
But I doubt it.
at the college, they have a room full of used computers that they can't sell from floor to ceiling because it's all state property.
Yeah.
So they can't do nothing with it. Can't donate it. Can't sell it. Can't.
So I don't
They
think
can't
I.
even-
Yeah, Chris.
They can't even take the drive out.
Yeah, they've taken out taken out the hard drives and taken out the RAM, and there's also boxes and boxes and boxes of RAM in their storage room too. That they also can't do nothing with. That they took all the parts out, so the actual computers are just stacked up to the not usable, just stacked to the top of stacked up from floor to ceiling.
Tell them to ship them to Kerry.
Harry wouldn't want them. These are really old. These are really old, like Dell Optiflex machines that are like really old.
Probably the 2000. Well, not 2000, but the Vista, XP and Vista.
No, some of them are Windows XP era. Some of them are Windows XP era computers.
Oh, good grief.
They were the same ones we had at high school for the whole time I was there. Because they were still running, when I graduated in 2013, they were still running Windows XP.
You talking about Optiflex GX260, that line?
I think it was like a G720 or something.
Okay.
But yeah. XP expired in 2014 and they were still running it in May of 2013 when I graduated.
Yeah, there's Matthew Camp. Good evening. Hey Matthew, I can't reply to your email. I guess your email box is full or something, but I keep getting rejection notices saying something's wrong. I'll tell you about it here in a minute.
Yeah, those computers were so old that there was one particular computer that I would use on a fairly regular basis, and it would give me a blue screen just about every time. And I didn't even do nothing to make it blue screen. It just
Oh, those SP computers, you didn't have to do anything for them to blue screen. If the temp files got too big or something didn't get cleaned out, it would blue screen. I found that out the hard way about XP. You gotta take those folders and you gotta empty them, the temp files and there's another one that we emptied a lot. Oh, that's why Windows 98 was bad about illegal operation. This program has performed an illegal operation. I was running XP until November 2019.
I'm still running
why
XP.
so long? Why so long?
Because I didn't want to spend the money. How are you getting online with XP that long? I couldn't even hardly get online.
I'm online right now. I got XP running. I don't know what the problem is.
I had no problem.
I mean, because the browser was so out of, because you couldn't get an updated
Well,
browser.
that just keeps going over their heads like you wouldn't believe.
No, I know how it can be done as long as you do it in a virtual machine.
Didn't have to run a virtual machine. Like my mom, she's still running Windows 7.
Well, at least it's better than XP, but not very much better because.
Yeah, unfortunately, in 3 or 4 years, nothing bad has happened to her because she runs around to virus and malware bites every night before she goes to bed. And it doesn't find anything, but I said, yeah, one of these days you're gonna wake up and gonna turn that thing on. Well, it hasn't happened yet. It doesn't mean it won't. So now she's talking to our friends and she's saying, "Is there? We need to go shopping for a Dell laptop." And that's what she likes.
Yeah,
She likes Dell laptops.
is does she only have that one computer on the network, so she couldn't get other people's computers infected by using?
Yeah.
So now we can talk tech. I put the tech talk sign up. So let's talk
All
tech.
right. Hey, where was Mitch at tonight?
Where's who? What?
Mitch Morrison.
Oh, I don't know. I got tied up doing other things.
Took a break from paying people because he isn't paying the camera person and he was paying Mitch to be there. Sounds like Carrie went cheap on everybody and Mitch just said, "Well, if you ain't gonna pay me, I ain't gonna be there." Well, then don't. Did he really say that? Well, that's what I'm guessing because he got rid of the camera person. He isn't paying her anymore.
Couple shout outs.
Mitch the same thing.
Yeah, a couple shout outs real quick. I see Matthew Campus join us. David N has joined us. Thank you, David. And Matthew replied to I said his email was full. So good to see another creator in the chat room. I always support David when I can. I want to join some of his StreamYard things, but I'm always Zooming and can't run both at the same time. I mean, I could. It'd probably be confusing as all get out, but I'm sure he understands that. So, yeah, he was kind of running it. What little bit I watched tonight, it seemed like he was by himself. I really got tied up with OBS, and I had it playing in the background. I could hear it, but, you know, I couldn't see what was going on. So, Mitch will be back. He's probably out on his bike somewhere. Or maybe even acting. Never know.
Yeah, that could be. As far as companies hiring,
Yeah, I like that one, Greg.
as far as companies hiring, I don't know about all companies, but I think some companies are just flat out. They say they're hiring, but then they're making up every excuse not to hire people because they don't want to pay them. I know the local gas station's got a sign up, $18.50 an hour.
Gas stations paying $18.50 an hour?
Yeah. By law, in some states, they can't be paid any lower than, what is it, minimum wage went up to $13 or $14? Yeah.
Wow.
We have a restaurant here in Brenner that he isn't opening because he doesn't want to pay his workers minimum wage. He said, well, we ain't going to work for you then. He's still closed. 2 years.
Now, back in the day,
13 hours, he'd have everybody he wants, but he said, no, they're getting paid 10-something an hour. That ain't going to work.
No. Back in the day, a gas station job would be all right, but nowadays, I don't think I'd want to do that. It would seem to be too dangerous nowadays.
Yeah.
Still good coin, $18.50 an hour.
Plus benefits.
This remote job that I found yesterday was advertising that they pay $19 an hour for remote work with just a degree or certifications and no experience.
And the name of the company was or is or
it's Apollo something.
It's Alex Cheap PC.
just keep putting in your application. Something will fall through in a good way, not fall through in a bad way. You'll eventually land something.
I'm hoping I get a response from this, whether I get it or not. I'm hoping I get a response from this guy at the hospital because I've already interviewed. He's already interviewed me, so he already knows, has already seen me.
Right.
I'm hoping that gives me a better chance.
Sure.
Hey, Alex, I know your area's like mine, won't be much luck with this, but Rick watches the same guy, Matt M. Roy. He gets refurbished computers and sells them. I don't know where he gets them, but he gets a bunch. Rick Lake will tell you that he gets a lot of computers and sells them. He goes to I think the last thing he got from an office that closed. I don't know how he got a hold of them, but he had his whole truck thing full of computers and keyboards and monitors. And he takes the HDDs out, puts in SSDs. Even if they're even if he gets some of the newer, the last of the Windows 7 models, he'll sell them. He'll put Windows 10 in them and sell them. 2012, 2013, he sells those. Yeah. But people will buy them. Some places people buy them. Yeah, I don't know where Matt Roy has been. I haven't seen him for, what, 3 months now? Yeah, he gets off on them. Sometimes he might have been busy though. I mean, he might be doing more of that stuff. Yeah, I know that little diet thing he was trying backfired on him. Because now he's too skinny. Yeah, I mean, he's too skinny when you can clearly see his jawbones. Y'all can. Oh, yeah. Matt, y'all got to look up Matt Roy on YouTube. Y'all look up Matt Roy on YouTube. He's a good guy. He does a lot of tech stuff. He hadn't done it lately though. He's young. He's probably more like between my age and Alex's age, I believe. Yeah.
See, Gary joined us.
He did?
Gary.
He did?
Oh, I remember this stick.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You remember me not hearing you?
I can't see you. Oh, let's see.
Wait a minute.
I don't think I have him in here anymore because it's been so long since I've seen him. I may have gotten him out of my subscriptions.
Craig.
Right?
Yes.
What's going on?
Here's your coffee.
The moon, the sun, the stars, and all of us.
Thank you.
Anybody hear from Jeff?
He texted earlier in the stream and said he would join us later. He was out shopping, I believe. Out running errands. May see you later. Translated, he's out shopping.
How many girls named Aaron does he know? You'd run
If I was out shopping, and if I was out shopping, I would in y'all's zone. I would connect on my phone and show you I'm out shopping.
Hey Ken.
Yes, sir.
What's open in Vegas at 7 p.m. at night?
Do what?
Isn't everybody asleep? Isn't everybody asleep in Vegas by now?
Yeah. That's a town that rolls up at sidewalks at 5:30, and it's just a dead town after that.
I read that someplace.
So, since I won't be mean and tell people to go back and watch the stream, the electrician did not show up today.
Oh, shit.
I know.
No, I'm talking about Madam Roy. The reason he hasn't been online is they had a fire in their house.
Man, that'll put a little dent in your broadcasting for sure.
1 month ago, we had a fire in the house.
Yeah.
Seems like I heard something about that. That's why he's so. Hold on a minute.
What are we talking about?
A guy that me and Chris watched, Madam Roy.
Mm-hmm.
Wondering where he's been for the last month and a half now. I just found out they had a fire in the house.
Was a productive
No,
day.
it was not a fire. It had a bird in the house. Bird, yes. It looked like fire to me because the upper thing, the way he writes it.
Bird, fire, about the same results.
January the 6th was his last video. You know, storage unit buyout.
Was a productive day. Alex and I got together and did some things on OBS on both the virtual machine and my new i7 build, and we did upgrade to 27.21. Lower third still works. We figured out how to export and import stuff between the two. But I made one crucial mistake, which is a good thing. I forgot to save the settings I already had, and when I imported the settings that I wanted from the other machine, bye old settings, never to be found again.
Don't you
So
have a backup?
no, doggone it, I forgot to back that up last night.
Yeah, but if you had a backup from 2 or 3 days ago, can't you copy that one file out of it from your backup and put it in the new machine and virtual machine? Backup.
All right, Gary, it's thin ice. Or Robert, whoever that was. Greg, to answer your question, yeah, back up. Hey, I'll be right back. No, there's not a backup. But I was going to redo it anyway. I mean, like I said, it's a blessing in disguise that happened. That's going to force me to fix it. And as you guys saw this afternoon, it's kind of hinky how it works. And, you know, there at the end, we finally got it working where I liked it. So I'll just build off that. Hey, Tony Wallow's posting things. Again, I can't tell what they are. Maybe it's a pumpkin for Jeff Ryman. I can't tell. And let's see. What is that? Is that a pumpkin? No.
Looks like an
That's
apple.
an acorn. It's going to be an acorn, I'm guessing. All those in favor of an acorn? Aye. All those opposed? Well, you guys, man. Every one of you should have said nay, and then everyone would have understood that. You want to try it again? So, yeah, it was a good day. I'm very appreciative of Alex's help. Once he understands the concept behind me, and sometimes I don't get my ideas across very well the first 18 times.
We'll try for 22.
18 is an inside joke, and some of us know it and some of us don't.
I have the same problem, Ken. Sometimes I don't get my point across to people until I say it 15 or 20 times over. It's like, oh, that's what you've been trying to say. It's like, oh.
He's pretty good about catching on. I got to give it to him. And we got through it. I mean, we got a lot accomplished. It works.
I'm talking about college professors that have a real brain in their head, and it goes right over their head. And I tell it to them 15 times, like, oh, now I get what you're talking. Oh.
He did challenge me though on one thing that I didn't get a chance to actually show them if I could do it, because when we did it on the virtual machine, there was a little bit of a learning curve stumbling block, but we figured it out. And then he asked me if he thought I could do it over on my other machine, and I had all the confidence in the world I could do it. But lo and behold, when I updated it, it worked just fine. Sorry. And no, I did not do anything behind the scenes before I did that. Trust me. Oh, look, there's Google Eyes. Didn't realize he was a fan. Oh, wait a minute. That's Greg Eyes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Greg. I didn't mean to.
I got my eyes open, but I still can't hear you.
Oh, so how's the weather up in Michigan today?
Pretty good.
Snow?
It snowed last night, but it's all right today.
Yeah, our local news tonight, I watched the weather, and they said that in January or December, we got like 1.5 inches of snow. We're supposed to get like 5.5 inches. January, we're supposed to get like 6.5. We got like 4. In the month of February, so far, we've gotten 15.7 inches of snow in Champaign, not down here. So it said that the month of February made up for everything that hadn't been happening. But you guys can keep it. They can keep it up there, too. I do not like snow.
3 weeks, you'll get 28 inches.
Probably. Yeah, he made that point at the end of his newscast. He said, but while the first week of March looks really good, don't forget we can still get snow in March. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Especially if you're in Minnesota.
Oh, gosh, yes.
It snowed in June before.
I've seen snow in May. And the earliest I've seen it was October. That was years ago. I'm telling you, I'm not going to get to play golf this year because there's going to be 6 inches of snow on the golf course in July. It's going to make me mad.
4th of July on top of it.
Yeah, I wonder if they'd cancel the fireworks because of snow.
I don't know. Let me put that down on my do list.
Put that down on
Hey,
the.
Alex. Hey, Alex.
Yes.
Well, down there in Arkansas, do they have a 4th of July?
No, we don't.
I was just gonna ask, what state wouldn't have a 4th of July? I'm surprised.
We don't have. Nope. No state has a 4th of July because the actual name of the holiday is Independence Day.
Oh, here we go with the trivia again.
Oh boy, okay, here we go.
Yeah,
I call it 4th of July.
that rivals right up there with the state moniker of Tennessee, which I know what it is now that I understood the question.
Yes, one of the high school history teachers here.
So you don't have a 4th of July. Do you have a 5th of July?
Yes, but every
You don't have
4th
a
of
4th,
July,
that's
he
fair.
always one of our high school history teachers here. Every 4th of July, he always gets on there and complains and says he hates about how people call it 4th of July when it's Independence Day. He always reminds Facebook of that little trivia fact every year.
No, it's 4th of July. Independence Day falls on the 4th of July.
True.
Independence Day on the 4th of July.
It's always the 4th of July, not the 5th.
Didn't know what it be the 3rd.
Christmas is December 25th, but you have it December 25th.
You always have a
Okay.
June 7th too, and that date's important to me, but I'm sure it doesn't mean
Well,
much
then
to
why
you
don't we
guys.
call Christmas instead of calling Christmas Christmas? Why don't we just call it December 25th?
That's what I call it.
Some people
That's
do.
what I call it sometimes.
Doesn't mean much to me.
Yeah, some people.
It doesn't to me because I spend my Christmases alone.
Paid holiday.
I could give a shit about the 25th of December.
Great,
Yeah,
paid
my-
holiday.
my-
There you
my
go.
work just passed December 25th.
Well, that's what, 5 years I spent the 25th by myself. I've kind of gotten used to it.
We didn't have any celebrations this year because of COVID, and we still haven't had any celebrations. We've still got all of our Christmas presents wrapped in the living room,
Wow.
waiting on everybody to decide when they want to come over here and do it.
Well, what if you got that puppy you wanted? Shouldn't you unwrap it?
Yeah, let's hope there's not a puppy in there.
It sounds scratchy.
I would have given up on Christmas by now. So if you ain't gonna do it on that day, then we ain't gonna do it at all. Try it again next year.
You can. That box stopped moving around January 8th.
I poked a hole in it.
Yeah, I figure that's probably. I don't know if I bet money on it, but I'm willing to figure that's probably what's going to happen. If it's going to just
Put the
wait
milk and cookies.
till
Alice,
next
put the
year.
milk and cookies away.
Take that box outside, man. It's got a bad odor.
On the bright side, Alex, you could put them all up in the attic, and then you're already ready for Christmas this year. Just a thought.
True.
That's kind of what I said. I would have given up on it this year and tried again next year.
Yeah.
What happens if where the presents are?
As long as none of the presents are perishable or have an animal in it, I think they'll survive another year.
Yeah.
Well, if it had an animal in it by now, it would be.
Either dead or yeah. But
You didn't get a goldfish in a little goldfish bowl, did you?
Water would be gone.
Yeah, the water be
Yeah, it's
evaporated.
Like my stepsister keeps saying that every time she calls Dad, she keeps saying my nephews, the grandkids, are saying, when are we gonna go over there and see, when are we gonna go over there and, when are we gonna go over there to see Nan and Papa, referring to my mom and dad and Uncle Alex, because they know that they know they didn't do it this last Christmas. They had Christmas at their house and everywhere else, but they didn't have Christmas with us.
And I know a place in Kentucky that all the prisoners go on Christmas Day, and they come back the day after, so they have family time.
And conjugal visits too.
No, they have each other.
Oh my
In-house.
gosh. Oh my
And they're right
goodness.
next to the trailer park. What do they need?
Trailer
My dad used to say-
rocking, don't come a knocking.
And my dad used to say, "Don't marry a virgin. If your own family don't want her, you sure as hell don't."
Anybody heard on anything from Doug yet as far as if he's streaming tomorrow?
I looked earlier, a couple hours ago, and it was still 12, 13 days ago was his last video.
I hope I can make it tomorrow.
If I'm up,
I'm really surprised Kerry isn't back live tonight. Figured he would go do whatever it was he had to go do and get back on there and do something.
What's he doing, or what did he do today?
I honestly couldn't tell you because he had about an hour delay because he had no internet, and by that time I was already goofing around no BS. And I think Greg was watching it. I had it playing real low in the background, but I wasn't watching it. I was kind of focusing on the OBS thing.
He built an i5 for somebody in a 6-year deal or something. Yeah,
Edgar was his name.
yeah, Edgar. I'm sitting here trying to think, what was that guy's name?
How would you build an i5? Is it that core, maybe a bed or something?
I don't know
And
if he
the
was.
other guy where he said it smelled like kitty litter, his name's Marvin. I just say Starvin Marvin.
So did he give up on giving that his computer back and just keep it, or what's the deal?
The Marvin guy?
I don't know, the bed that he was
Yeah,
pretending to fix his computer. Or did he send it out to have a tech fix it?
No, he's going to redo the whole. I think he's just going to give him a whole new computer, actually. New case,
Yeah, he is a tech.
new motherboard. The guy sent him hard drives.
Well, anytime somebody takes 3 days to fix my computer, they're fired and sued.
Kerry is the tech. He wrote the book for Best Buy. I bet all those be on YouTube.
As long as he didn't work there, it's only brother who just worked at Best Buy.
I didn't say it.
I know people who worked at Best Buy, and I mean, I don't know them, I met them, and they're not even worth talking to. You would not associate with somebody that worked at Best Buy. That would be like beneath you.
You know, I haven't been to school or nothing. I'm self-taught, but
See, and you didn't go to Best Buy. That tells me a lot about you.
well,
Quite glad to know you.
what I was gonna say is when I left Kroger, I thought about going somewhere like Office Max and selling computers, but then I didn't want to run into somebody and say, "This HP here, is it a good computer?" I'm not one that's gonna lie.
And so how, Chris, don't go there.
But I'd be lying.
Well, how was the HP you had? Did it break down?
The one I had, it's a business model, it's good. But I'm talking about the ones that they sell at Best Buy with like no power supplies, like the one Kerry had years ago. The ones with a laptop power supply. People be asking, is this computer a good computer?
Yeah, the
I mean,
problem is
well-
nobody can sell computers that are like that. If you try to sell that price computer, I don't care if you make it yourself, it's junk. Not the computer, it's the price. You can't buy parts for $500.
If you're just gonna surf the internet and Facebook, it might be okay, but
You'd be better off getting a Chromebook than getting a getting a really cheap HP or a Dell.
Yeah. The Dell I got, dude, I got an XPS model, and it's good. Some of those Dells are not good. Some HP. Carrie won't even talk to me by email anymore because I made the mistake of telling him I have an HP. He says, I'm done with you. I'm not even going to discuss that anymore.
Oh, really?
Okay, fine.
I told him I had an HP on the phone, and he'll still talk to me.
No, he won't. He doesn't like people with HPs. You get a Dell, you'll get along with them a lot better.
You guys heard the
I don't
dad
think
joke
it's
about Adele and laptops?
Adele, I like her music.
Well, that's exactly what the joke is which laptop sounds the best. Or that laptop sounds the best. Why? Because it's Adele.
I wonder why he didn't. He bought that XPS, using it for business. Why didn't he buy like a Latitude model? I don't know. I guess XPS is a higher end Dell, but
He bought what he could afford.
I wasn't clear. The last one he bought, did he buy it from Dell or did he buy it from Newegg? I wasn't clear on that.
He bought it, the one he repaired, the one he upgraded the NVMe and upgraded the RAM, he got it directly from Dell.
In a couple hours, he had that thing running just perfect, I think, didn't he?
No, it's still broke. He bought one a couple years ago, but he said a keyboard, he's gonna replace the key. Why not replace the whole keyboard?
You guys keep misunderstanding what he says he's going to do and what he knows how to do are two different things. Because I watched a few minutes of both, and so far I saw 2 shows, and he did not fix that best computer. I don't know about any of you, but I do work in business, and if you told me you were going to take 2 days to fix a tower PC, I would badmouth you on the internet with 30,000 employees behind me.
I always tell people, because I'm so busy, I tell them you're a week out before you get it back. I haven't had a complaint in 20-some years. Especially when they know I'm a tech of 15,000 people. They know it's going to be a while before they get it back, and they're okay with it. And I say, if you need it back, immediately take it up to the guy up the road, but you're going to pay hundreds of dollars more than you will with me.
Right.
No, we'll do it the cheap way. Just call us when you're done. Okay.
As long as you take all the stuff out of the computer and give it back to me different, that must be the right way. Oh, wait, that's a Ford. I don't like that big engine. I'll take it out and put a smaller one in there. You don't need a big engine. You need a 4-cylinder. I'll take the other one out and tell you that this is the right engine. And you got 2 fans in your car? You don't need 2 fans? I'll take one out. And you need 2 headlights? What kind of person are you? You need one? I'll just pull one out and tell you this is the best.
Speaking of cars, Ken, I thought about you when I thought about this tonight. You don't play a joke with your wife. Go to an auto parts store, tell her to get out and go ask them if they got blinker fluid.
No.
I know that's a joke, but my wife can rebuild cars, so that doesn't work.
Ken, would your wife fall for that?
She might, but the bigger question is how much trouble would I be in for the next 6 months?
There's people that do that to their kids, and it's funny.
She's got a pretty good sense of humor. I've pulled some things over on her, and she gets over them pretty quick. I got to give it to her.
I don't get it. Why is that funny?
Why is what funny? The blinker fluid?
Because there's no such thing as blinker fluid.
Oh, Chris, you just ruined my Tuesday. I was going to have him ask when he was getting his van fixed. Go to the parts counter and ask him for some.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, Chris, doggone it.
Well, you can Google it, and it actually shows like a bottle of blinker fluid.
Well, it's got to be true if you can Google it and find blinker fluid.
And just spray it on the flasher, and it works. I have a feeling that's what Alex was doing. Google blinker fluid.
Here's a 2-minute and 5-second video on refilling your blinker fluid.
You mean wiper fluid?
No, blinker, B-L-I-N-K-E-R.
Blinker fluid right here.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking at. Same
It
one.
might be a real thing. Look for it. I doubt it.
You know, the bad thing is, Chris, is you could take out the hilarious gag gift stocking stuffer and people would buy it thinking they're actually getting something.
Oh, yes, yes. Okay, I got it. Handheld version, stocking stuffer, car crank, 8 ounces. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to start my business. I'm making my price $12.99. I'm cut it by $7. Get a jump on the market next year. Is that all, Greg? 2K plus 10%? That all?
Plus shipping.
Oh,
Forgot to put that in there.
another little hidden cost.
Ken, when you say y'all supposed to get snow?
Now, hopefully we don't get any the rest of this year. This whole next week we are not scheduled for snow. In fact, we're 58 degrees next Thursday. I'll be laying out in the front.
We just got dumped on 15. Oh, what they say? 15.6.2 inches, almost 16 inches.
Yeah, I think some of that made it all the way over to VH Ringer because I got an email from him. Said he wants you to come get it and take it back.
Yeah, he's giving snow shoveling lessons.
I seen that.
We're gonna be 71 on Saturday.
There's a storm off the coast of Oregon. That's why I was asking.
As long as the next 2 weeks go by smoothly, it don't matter. Like I said earlier today, if 2 weeks from tonight I'm on my phone doing a live stream because the internet somehow didn't get hooked up, everything will be just fine.
I'll be back in a minute. Hold on a minute.
You better have your internet up.
Hold on to what?
I know, Greg, huh?
I don't want to know.
I'm gonna be going in withdrawals. No Zoom tonight.
I know. Well, I can either stream or Zoom from the phone. Can't do both. You know what I could do? I could put Zoom on Lorna's phone, stream on this phone. Oh, what an idea I have. We'll see.
Or if you got a hotspot in your phone, you could go get you one of those cheap USB Wi-Fi cards from Amazon. Order you one and connect your computer to Wi-Fi and connect it to your desktop computer to your mobile hotspot.
Yeah, I could do that. Or I could knock on the neighbor's door and say, hey, I need to borrow your internet for a minute. I have to run this Zoom and live stream. And I've got the cabling. Do you mind? Oh, by the way, we just moved in. Nice to meet you.
Well, if that was me, I would say no. With no hesitation.
If you said no, I'd take you off my cookie list for Christmas then.
Well, I would give you something. I would make you something so that you couldn't refuse, but give me cookies for Christmas.
Just put 25 100-foot cables together and you'll have an internet connection.
I think it'll work out just fine. I think Monday, if this guy shows up, or Monday afternoon when the handyman shows up, then I'll get everything lined up and we'll be set. Let's go back to Tech Top. I don't want to think about this electrician.
That's the other reason why I don't. I was thinking about moving because I kind of threw in the air last week, but CTC's telling me, because I've already done my homework on this, if you move, it'll be 6 days before you get internet again. Well, I can't have it the same day as that. Now you're 6 days out, then you have to re-sign up. Then we send stuff, so it could be 9 days. No, I think I'll be staying here. You're gonna make me wait that long? No. You should be able to have an appointment the day I move in and have you guys meet me there and hook up my internet and say, oh, no, we don't do that. You have to wait and say, well, then, no, forget it. I'll go back to Charter, and I know Charter does that, but they are expensive. I don't never.
And now for the weather. Matthew can't post a link in chat. And now for the weather.
Tomorrow will be partly cloudy.
Whoa. Spring-like temperatures return next week. Oh, that looks real good, except for Minnesota. Sorry, Rick. No, I'm serious there. The entire nation is under a heat wave, except for where Rick lives. Seriously. Michigan's going to get it. Wish I could share this.
What are we getting? Seriously?
It says spring-like temperatures are returning next week. All the way from Arizona, Vegas is getting it, a little bit of Utah, all of Colorado, all of Nebraska, all of Iowa, all of Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, Ohio, and a little bit of Pennsylvania.
You didn't mention Maryland.
You're not in there? Well, wait a minute. You might be in there. Let me see. I
What
believe.
about Arkansas?
You're in there. I believe I mentioned it.
What was this?
Greg, you might be in it. Actually, you might be.
So Tuesday, we're gonna be 55, Wednesday 58, Thursday 52, Friday 54, and Saturday 71.
What was this, Ken?
I'm going to post a link in Zoom. It's a spring-like temperatures that Matthew Camp posted in the YouTube chat.
Well, we're gonna be pretty decent warm here this next week. I mean, we're not gonna be like where you guys are in the 60s and 70s, but today we were 31. Tomorrow we will be 24. Monday will be 32.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Disregard that last one.
It's not gonna feel all that wind because we got winds up to 20. Yeah, it's fucking wind. Does it every time.
I think we hit 52 today.
You know, I don't know what the temperature was, but it was comfortable outside. I was outside 3 or 4 times, and it was really comfortable. Disregard that one. That's the Zoom. This is the one that you should be looking at. Now, can I retract a message? No, you cannot, can you?
32 on Monday. High winds, so it's gonna probably feel like 5 above on Monday, even though the actual air temperature is 32. You got that wind chill till, yeah, all the way through the 11th, it looks like.
Yeah, another 3 months.
We may have it upper 20s, but it's gonna feel like 2 above because of the damn wind.
Yeah, we'll be complaining in a couple months about it. It's just too doggone high. I wish fall would hurry up and get here.
Yeah.
Either that or I'll be glad when the rain stops.
I actually don't mind the heat. It's the humidity that kills me. I don't care how hot it gets, but as long as that humidity stays low.
Yeah,
Which it
humidity.
doesn't in Minnesota because we got over 10,000 lakes. So there's moisture everywhere you go in Minnesota. So when it gets hot, it gets steamy.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be complaining, $350 electricity bill because AC's screaming all the time.
Get Robert to see what his electric bill is going to be in the summer.
Especially
As bad as it is in the winter.
He's doing.
Do what, Robert?
It's not as high as it is in the winter. Wintertime's rough.
Yeah, I've seen that. Ours dropped $2 this month. I was really shocked. I thought it was going to go back up again.
I think my last one was $92.
Just you and your son live there, though, right?
Yeah,
So,
my TV's.
is that combined gas and electric or straight electric?
Just strictly electric.
Okay.
Ours was a little bit higher this month than usual, January or February. Because it's been warm, that's why. And my friend Steve helped move out of his house a couple months ago. It was last winter. His electric bill was $300 some. I mean, it's electric heat in a small
Yeah.
house, but fuck, he was like, "Dad, I can't do this anymore." So, well, you're gonna have to move somewhere.
Yeah, I remember people on the base that I worked with, they live across the bridge in a development. They'd be complaining, "God damn, electricity bill is almost $500." Because that was June, July. Need to replace your AC or put some insulation in the attic, one of the two.
One of the two, yeah. One of the two.
I've never had an electricity bill over 150. I think maybe 175 might have been the highest.
Ours is combined, and last month it was 191. But it got a little cold a couple days here, so.
Our
Plus,
our
I
air
got-
conditioner pretty much stays on, our thermostat pretty much stays on 68, 67, 68, 69, maybe 70 year round.
change your filter.
And your batteries and your smoke detectors and your carbon monoxide detectors.
Speaking of batteries, I had to replace my keyboard batteries for the first time in 2 years.
Yeah.
First, my mouse went out. The next day, I was trying to hit the escape key to see if you were up, because I was watching an auto restoration, and I keep hitting the escape key, and it wouldn't go out at full screen. So I took the batteries out, put them in my tester, and it said low. Okay.
No, I use a wired keyboard, but a wireless mouse.
He was hitting the escape key, but he was still there.
That's
No,
right.
that F key does the same thing. It'll take you out of full screen and put you into full screen.
I replaced the batteries, and it works real fine, lasts a long time.
Yep.
And story. Oh.
Yep. Anybody doing anything over the weekend?
No.
Not that I know of, other than going to church and trying to prepare for this long trip we're gonna have Monday morning, and how early I'm going to get up.
Where you plan on going, Alex?
Mississippi.
Mrs. Who? Mrs. Who? Mississippi. What about Mr. Sippy?
That's an old one, Chris. It's been discussed already. No,
What are you gonna do with Mississippi?
My dad's got to deliver a car that he's selling, so we got to follow him down there.
Oh, so we
Turn
have to
around.
wait back.
Turn around, let him get in the car, turn around, and come back.
And they won't let you stay in the house alone.
Not that far. They will if they're only going to church, or if she's only going to the church or whatever, which is 5 minutes down the road, but not going 2 hours away.
The Arctic air is losing its grip, and that means we'll.
Does your dog usually go with y'all on trips, Alex?
No, not normally. They stay in the laundry room. We have a gate, and they know when we say get in your room. That's where they know to go in and get in the bed.
They have
Mine
access
don't.
to the outdoors while you're gone?
No, they hold it.
Mine don't like to ride. That's gotta be painful after 2 hours.
Yeah. Well,
He's the only dog I ever had. Don't like to ride.
They hold it longer than 2 hours. But
Well, I suppose your mom takes them out just before they leave.
yes,
Yeah, that might help. But
they always take them out right before we go somewhere. But to answer your question, there's no doggy door. So when we leave, we have gate that we shut, keep them in, and they're locked in the room.
I gotta go get him in. He's outside barking. He's probably barking at deer. I was wondering who I was hearing barking.
That's why I have fish. Don't have to worry about them. We're gonna go away. $4.05 in Vegas is gas. Wow.
As much as I love our dogs, I don't miss them when when I'm gone somewhere, because I don't have to listen to their barks.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting tired of my neighbor upstairs. In the afternoon, all her dog does is bark. So tonight they had a lovely treat, all my neighbors in this building. I cranked up my bass, 200 watts of bass, and I listened. I had my building, well, 2 floors up and maybe a floor and a half down. Had to listen to my bass, my music. You want to piss me off by them making noise? I'll make more noise than they will. And they went down the second floor a little while just before I got in with you guys, and someone asked me, "Was that your music we heard for the last 3 hours?" Yeah, it might have been. Is that necessary? And I turned around and said, "Well, is it necessary to have the girl upstairs having her dog bark for 6 hours a day?" No. The guy looked at me and said, "Yeah, you got a point."
But my question is how do you control a dog who's barking?
She can if she wants to. She's been told to. Well, she's going back to the group home she came from because they gave her a test from the group home to these apartments and she failed it. I think at the end of this month or next month she's going bye-bye. Went right back to where she came from. Her apartment's a mess. It smells like dog shit, dog pee, dirty dishes all over the place.
Yeah, you got to take care of them. That's for sure. You saying that about a group home? One of the news stories tonight. One of the orderlies in a group home beat one of the patients to death. That's horrible.
Does it say why?
Did they say why he did it? No, they did not say why he did it.
There is no reason.
There's probably
there isn't no reason. I don't know. They have a reason, but there's no reason. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like that police officer here in Minneapolis that killed Floyd.
Yep.
Him and the other officers are all going to prison. They all got charged. It was announced the other night that the other 3 officers also got charged. They're all going to prison. But Floyd's in prison for life. No, not life. I think he got so many years and something with manslaughter. It wasn't. I don't think they gave him first-degree murder. Something having to do with manslaughter or something like that.
It's not life, but it's long enough, might as well be life.
Yeah. That's something I won't comment on. Yeah, that officer put his neck on Floyd's, his knee on Floyd's neck, and then put all 200 pounds of pressure onto his neck and crushed his esophagus. And the other 3 officers just stood there and watched.
You can bet money he's not
Paramedic trying to get up and help him, and Calvin just threw the guy aside. And when the guy had no pulse, then he got up and left.
You can bet money he's not going to be in the general population either.
Nope. Nope. He won't make it 2 seconds.
Nope.
I will say this: people that was bad. The cop did that, but that's no reason for people to go crazy like they did. Yeah, with the protests. Yeah. Minneapolis, St. Paul lost a lot of buildings. A lot of buildings got burnt.
Yep.
Including their own police precinct. It got burnt to the ground. The fire department got burnt to the ground. Gas stations got burnt to the ground. Well, yeah, they also blew up because the tanks caught on fire. There was an incident in Atlanta. I can't remember exactly what it was, but they burned down a Wendy's. Oh yeah, they burned down a lot of restaurants in Minneapolis, and they're just now starting to slowly rebuild that neighborhood. So like a 5, 6 block radius. They're just slowly starting to build it back up. But yeah, we were having little protests up here in Brainerd, but all the people were doing is you go from 6th Street around the corner onto Washington Street, people would be standing there with their signs. They didn't cause any problems, but yeah, they made their presence, but that's about all they did.
I understand that. It had nothing to do with weed.
So they didn't care. They were just mad because of what happened, and they just burnt down half of Minneapolis.
Well, I wonder how long
Yeah,
it
it
is
makes
till.
no sense why people do what they do because of whatever in the protest, but I didn't really think it would get as bad as it did, but oh boy, was I wrong.
Yeah, it got pretty
So
bad.
you're in the Minneapolis area.
No, I'm not. I'm about 2, maybe 3 hours north of there. I'm an hour and a half north of St. Cloud, Minnesota. But I can get on the internet. I can get on the internet and watch the Minneapolis St. Paul news. When all those riots and protests were happening, I was watching it here in my computer. Then watching them set buildings on fire, it's like, oh my God, this is oh. The whole time I'm just sitting here thinking, why?
Why? Right.
What is their point?
Well,
They thought they were making one. That's why they did it.
2, 3 minutes. Yeah, it's true. That is true. I give Blackwatch about another minute and a half. He'll be joining us. He's no longer in Bonnie's chat.
Yeah.
And bouncing back and forth.
That's somewhere I'd like to visit in Minnesota. Land of 10,000 lakes. So yes, there's 10,000 of me around in Minnesota.
I enjoyed our trip to Minneapolis.
I like to go to the area where where Little House on the Prairie was named after.
Mm-hmm. I have actually been there.
Southwest of Minneapolis.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a Walnut Grove. All the towns they mention in Little House on the Prairie, there's a Tracy, Walnut Grove, Lamberton. You hear those towns sometimes mentioned. But they were really, I think they were really in California, filmed in California, but I think they went back and forth.
Oh, I'm sure they did. I mean, like most television shows that are based in different cities, they go shoot some footage of the city and then they go back to Hollywood and put all that behind the scenes of what they shot.
Mankato and
Georgia's a big production state, though. There's a lot of things done in Georgia.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper than Hollywood down there.
Yeah.
yeah, you know what was filmed in Georgia, Dukes of Hazzard and In the Heat of the Night.
It's amazing what they can do with movie props.
Well, Arkansas has Walmart.
Bentonville?
What we're talking about.
Yes, it's up north. That's way up north, but yes, we do have Walmart.
The Bentonville. I've been there. I've been through there.
You also have Remington there, don't you, in Arkansas? Isn't there a big Remington factory there in Arkansas?
I don't know.
I'm going to have to look that up now. I want to say you do.
MASH was filmed in California.
Yes, and just saw, I know Kent mentioned this last night, but it caught up with me today on my internet. The Houlihan, that gal that played Houlihan, she died.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sally Kellerman.
Yep, Sally Kellerman.
If you look at the back of all of the great value products, then when you go to Walmart, it'll say Bentonville, Arkansas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the main office. I've been to Branson, Missouri, and we went through that.
Yes, I've been to Branson, Missouri more times than I can count. That's the number one That's the number one destination people like to go to from here. People like to go to down here, but that's the number one because it's only 3.5, 4 hours away. So that's
Yeah, that's like in Georgia, people go to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, or Nashville, Tennessee.
So, Alex, how do you say Lonoke?
Lone Oak.
That's where Remington Factory's at. Now, why I would have driven through there, I don't know, but
The Beverly Hillbillies were from Arkansas.
the Beverly Hillbillies.
Originally from Arkansas.
I have to take your word on that because I don't know.
Boonville, that's a funny name.
You know, the guy that played,
There used to be a television series on True TV years ago called The Principal's Office, and one of the episodes was filmed there at Boonville, because it always told you where the high school was at that they was filming at the beginning of every little segment.
According to Google, the Beverly Hillbillies came from Missouri.
Well, that's probably close enough.
I was thinking they came from further east than that for some reason.
Yeah, you would think so, but higher mountains and all. Seems like they mentioned
But it does say that the Clampetts were from Arkansas, which is part of the Ozark Mountains. Who knows where they were from? It was television.
according
Ozarks.
According to Google, Max Baer is the oldest living Hollywood person right now.
I don't doubt that.
103. He's 103 years old.
And when was the last time anybody saw him?
I was gonna say, he's probably deaf and blind by now.
Yeah, I mean, like Betty White, nobody saw her for about, 3-4 months, and then all of a
She
sudden,
was also deaf and blind when she died. You don't lose your hearing when you're like 98, 99, because my grandma was 98. She died, she was going blind and she was deaf.
Who we talking about, 103?
Max Baer.
Wikipedia says he's 84.
Yeah, just say, he's supposed to be in Vegas. Las Vegas.
Then Yahoo's lying.
no.
They post
Okay, I wouldn't trust Yahoo for one thing.
The guy from Beverly Hillbillies?
This is
Yeah.
Max Baer Jr. now. They might be a senior.
Yeah, because he is junior.
His dad was a boxer, was he not? What?
Yep.
That's what I thought. Yeah, he's 84. Tall guy at 6'4".
He doesn't look real good, though.
Yeah, Max Baer boxer was a senior.
I thought he was.
Well, anybody remember the show Airwolf?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ernest Borgnine and
Borgnine's dead, and the other guy,
Jan Michael Vincent, yeah.
that guy, he's also dead, but he really fucked up his life.
Yeah.
Drinking and, oh my God. I was surprised he really did. I did not, just,
Senior was born in 1909. Died in 1959. Max Baer Sr. At age 50. So I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to send an email to Yahoo.
Can you CC that to me, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, you can send it to my Yahoo address, xcla_4991@yahoo.com. But I probably won't ever see it because it's got 6,000 messages in that inbox. Because that was my first ever email account
I think I would just delete that account.
that I got back when
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
when I first started on the computer on the internet. That's when I was a little kid. That was my first email. I started on that with Yahoo Mail, Yahoo Email, and Yahoo Messenger.
Yeah, I remember Messenger. Crappiest thing there was.
My first PC that I connected to the internet, one they were throwing out at work. So I took it, brought it home, plugged it in, worked it fine. It was a 386/25.
My personal first computer that I connected to the internet that didn't belong to the school was a Windows XP computer that a guy that my mom was friends with. He was a truck driver, and he was a quote unquote hacker, and so he modified the Windows XP boot screen and all that for me and made it say Alex Edition with the SpongeBob logo and with a picture of SpongeBob instead of Windows XP, and made it play the